When the light fell from heaven, silence filled eternity. The throne of glory, once surrounded by harmonies of perfect worship, now echoed with absence. Lucifer, the radiant morning star, had fallen. But in the vast expanse of heaven, one question stirred even among the angels. Who ruled heaven when its brightest servant was gone? The rebellion was over. The wounds of war still shimmered across the heavens like scars of lightning. Thousands of angels stood in awe, some trembling in fear, others in awe of the judgment they had just witnessed. The music of heaven had ceased. The throne still burned with divine brilliance, yet something in the celestial order had changed forever. No one spoke. No wings stirred. The question hung heavy in the air. Who would lead heaven now? The fall of Lucifer was not just the fall of a being, it was the fracture of harmony itself. Before that day, heaven knew only one rhythm: obedience, love, and worship. The light of the Almighty flowed through all beings like an endless song. But now a void remained, the absence of the one who once led choirs of praise. Lucifer had been adorned with every jewel of creation. Wisdom, beauty, authority, all were his. He was not God, yet he reflected divine order like a mirror of light. When he fell, it was as though a third of heaven's melody collapsed with him. The angels who remained looked to the throne. They had seen power cast down, but what of the power that remained? And then came the whisper, not a sound, but a knowing that passed through all creation. Heaven never lost its king. The throne had never been empty. Though Lucifer had led, he was never the ruler. He was the reflection, not the source, the voice, not the breath. When he was cast out, heaven did not mourn a lost leader. It remembered who had always ruled. From eternity past, the Ancient of Days had reigned unchallenged. The fall of Lucifer did not create a vacancy in heaven's order. It revealed the truth of it. For even before the rebellion, God was the center, the pulse, the king. Yet, for a time, heaven was quiet. The angels, once filled with joyous song, stood in sacred stillness, not out of confusion but reverence. For they had just witnessed the mystery of divine justice and the weight of perfect love. Michael, the archangel of valor, bowed before the throne. Around him, the seraphim covered their faces. The light of God's glory burned brighter than ever, not as wrath, but as reassurance. The rebellion had not weakened heaven. It had refined it. And out of the silence came a new sound, not from choirs, but from creation itself. The heavens began to resound with a deeper truth. The king had never left his throne. But what truly happened in those moments after Lucifer's fall? Some ancient writings suggest that heaven experienced a divine reordering, a moment when loyalty was tested and new ranks were established. The faithful angels were sealed in obedience, their love for God no longer innocent, but proven. Heaven, once a place of perfection, now became a realm of victory. It was not that heaven was without a king, but that heaven had seen what it meant to have one. Lucifer had tried to ascend above the stars of God. He sought a crown that was never his. But his fall revealed the secret of divine sovereignty. God's throne is not inherited. It is eternal, cannot be taken, for it never belonged to another. In the wake of his rebellion, the angels beheld something new, a glimpse of divine patience. God did not destroy creation. He restored order through mercy. For even in judgment, heaven learned the meaning of grace. Every creature in heaven learned a truth that day, that leadership without humility leads to ruin. Power without obedience becomes rebellion. But love that yields to the Creator shines brighter than any crown. And as the angels returned to their posts, the light of the throne grew steady once more. The symphony of heaven began again, not as it was before, but stronger, purer, born from loyalty tested by fire. The King of Heaven had never been dethroned, but now his reign was understood. But few understand what this means for us. Lucifer's fall was not just a cosmic event. It was a mirror. Every soul must face the same choice he did: surrender or self-exaltation. In every heart, there is a smaller throne, and every day, heaven watches who sits upon it. Will we mirror Lucifer's pride or heaven's humility? This is the hidden separation, the unseen line that divides light from darkness, even now. For when heaven lost its brightest light, it found its truest glow. The angels no longer worshipped because of beauty or order, they worshipped because of truth. They saw that God's authority is not dependent on the loyalty of his creation. It simply is. And through that revelation, heaven became stronger than before. The king still reigns. The throne still shines. And in the midst of every storm, visible or unseen, that same throne remains unshaken. There was never a day when heaven was without a ruler. The moment Lucifer fell, his absence was like a shadow fleeing before sunrise. The King of Glory reigned before him, above him, and long after him. And in that eternal rule lies our hope, that no matter what falls, what rebels, or what fades, the authority of heaven is unbroken. Heaven was never without a king, only hearts were. And even today, the same light calls us back, to surrender pride, to honor truth, and to remember the throne that never fell.